Ladies and gentlemen, we have another mass shooting. Another mass shooting. 2 dead, 9 injured. I even have the list of how old the victims were. Take a look at this. The victims were wounded range in the age from 15 to 28 years old. A 15-year-old boy shot in the thigh. 16-year-old girl shot in the thigh. 17-year-old girl shot in the leg. 18-year-old woman shot in the foot. 19-year-old woman shot in the head. 19-year-old woman shot in the hand. 20-year-old man shot in the arm. And that's just the wounded. 2 others on top of that list were dead. 23-year-old woman shot in the nose. Who does, like, what? 28-year-old man shot in the arm. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? How many mass shootings are we supposed to go through together? This is every day, but when there's kids, 15, 16, 17 years old, what are we doing? Please, I'm crying out to you people. Put the guns down. Enough. Let's go look at these details. There was also a presser just a few moments ago. We're going to watch that as well. I got all the details here in Novacity. Welcome to Novacity. This is a true crime trending topics podcast stream both live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All I would like for you guys to do is hit the like and subscribe, especially if you are brand new. But definitely share this information out. Get this out to people around that area, near the area, travel around the area, or they have friends and family around the area. Get this out of there. Push this video out. Like, share. The more you do, we get it out more. Let's get into these details.
Shooting in Fairmount Park. 2 people are dead, 9 others injured, including 3 teenagers. It's right across, well, as Bob was mentioning, you got Boathouse Row, and across the Kelly Drive there and up the hill is this Lemon Hill Park.
And Steve Keeley has been live on the scene there, and I'm sure we're learning more now that the sun is up.
Yeah, this just happened 7.5 hours ago, right in the middle of the 10 o'clock news. The 911 calls flooded the dispatch in Philadelphia Police Headquarters at 10:27. So there's the historic mansion that stood there since 1799, but never before has it been draped in yellow crime scene tape as the morning sun hits that yellow tape where a police stands guard on the scene. And as we pan further left, emergency services brought in these floodlights last night that you see at construction sites. 3 different crime scene unit teams were here till 3 a.m. and said they'd be back in the daylight because they have no clue how many shots were fired or how many guns were used. And notice the porta-john with the door open. Don't be surprised if we hear there were bullet holes through that and somebody ran out of there for their life. The gazebo. What? You see the food and the drinks and the barbecues at every picnic table throughout here. And look where the other lights are. You can still see the lights illuminated there.
Yo.
That tells you how widespread this crime scene was, with maybe 1,000 people here at the time when the shots rang out. And we asked the police commissioner when he got here what he knew, and he said it was just limited. But look at the video. You see so many ambulances were sent here. Every highway patrol officer was sent here. They were sending everybody on duty at the end of the Memorial Day weekend to get out here and help as many people as possible. And the number of wounded kept growing as the sources kept calling us, and it got up to a number as high as 11. 3 juveniles among the 9 people wounded who are all stable. But sadly, we had 2 adults, a woman and a man, shot and killed here last night. The big question, how many people were firing guns? And what do you know about the guns that were fired?
We don't know yet. We can hear multiple rounds from stuff that's been already posted on social media. The team will dissect that. We have our team up there. Crime scene is now going through, looking at the shell casings. We'll be able to determine, if it was one weapon or multiple weapons. But it's pretty rapid fire, so we're going to be pretty confident that there probably was a switch on this guy. We will go through all of the social media stuff that's come after and prior to see if there was anything that we could have missed.
So I get here minutes afterward, and I start seeing people that were running out of their shoes, running away from their cars, not working because all the cars were backed up through the driveways here. And you look at this Dodge Challenger, and we're going to give you a live look at that when we see at the bottom of the hour. And this young man told me he crashed off the road and went down the hill toward Kelly Drive. And you'll see that predicament that car's in. As we come back to a live picture, this car with Maryland license plate just left here. Philadelphia police for a while were towing every car that was abandoned on the scene because they don't know if it was among the victims who were killed, among the victims who were wounded, or maybe among somebody who was doing some shooting. So they took that in as evidence on both sides of the park. But we saw at least 3 cars that look heavily damaged, and we're seeing signs of car accidents, fender benders, because it's dark out. There's no street lights on all these driveways. You can imagine the panic as this gunfire was going off like a machine gun, in the words of the police commissioner last night. Alex, Mike?
Oh, my goodness. That's the field they're going to have the big FIFA World Cup celebrations, a lot of them up there. Of course, that's not till next summer. Well, maybe you've seen this. It's still shocking every time I look at it. A truck...
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now that we know the conditions, family, kids, it was dark. People having a great time, eating and dancing and stuff like that. People in the porta potty, they can't even take a shit in peace. Bullet hose. Bullet hose. You saw it yourself? Like, you can't even, look at that. You can't even use the bathroom? Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Like, what the heck? And now what? Shot in the thigh, shot in the hand, shot in the arm, shot in the nose, shot in the head, shot in the lower leg? Really? Guys, I have the video of the aftermath of when that happened. Nothing graphic, just people running. We're gonna... everybody hit the like button. When we hit... Let's wait till we get more viewers, more likes. We get more people, so I don't have to repeat the video, you know? I have the video. Like, let me see. Yeah, I have the video. I think it's muted, though. Like, look at this. That's over hundreds of people running. I'm going to show you guys right after this. Wow.
The Memorial Day weekend ended with a mass shooting in Philadelphia's Fairmount Park. 11 people were shot. 2 of them, a man and a woman, were killed. 9 others, including some teenagers, were injured. It happened around Lemon Hill Drive last night when officers were already in the park to keep an eye on the crowds at the end of the holiday. Action News reporter Corey Davis is live on the scene where the investigation is still underway at this hour. Corey?
Matt, good morning. We're out here along Sedgley Drive, which is right next to Lemon Hill Drive. Behind us, all of these lights that are set up, the bright lights, are what police have put out because
they had to put those lights up. So imagine, nobody can identify nobody. It was dark.
So dark out here. They've been trying to search this grassy area, this large area of Fairmount Park, for any evidence such as shell casings, and they definitely will be doing that moving forward. So this area isn't far from Kelly Drive and Boathouse Road, but it's in the park section. Police initially didn't realize the scale of this shooting because there were hundreds of people out here who ended up running for their lives. And once police started to realize that there were more victims, take a listen of what they were saying.
They picked up a female shot in the thigh from Lemon Hill Drive.
There's about probably 400, 500 juveniles. Right, and just be advised, there might be more victims walking into various other hospitals.
And so far, police say 11 people were shot. 3 are teenagers, ages 15, 16, and 17. The remaining 8 victims are adults. We're being told that 2 of them have died, a male and a female. Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel says this happened at around 10:30 last night in the area of Lemon Hill Drive at Poplar Drive. Police say things initially appeared calm, and they tell us people are always out here in the park when it's warm, especially on a holiday. And all of this.
Look at those Look at that. Look at that. Look how many casings. That could also be, you know what, BLOOD. That could be like, they even have one on the gate. Like, there's so much.
This happened
and
as
they're putting more down. They're putting more down. And then he said that the presser, he was like, hey, I got 2 pressers to show you. The one from yesterday, overnight, like the middle of the night, and the one that just happened. He said the gunfire was rapid. Must have a switch in it. It was so much.
people were starting to pack up and then those shots were fired.
We try to manage the crowds as they unfold, but at the same token, it is a challenge when individuals decide that they're going to fire into a crowd. That's something that we can't anticipate, but we do work hard to try to address the issues as they come underway.
And police are also investigating how this crashed Hyundai was involved and whether any victims were inside. They're also going to be looking into reports of 911 calls earlier in the night about disturbances around the park. Investigators are facing a challenge, though, because it's still dark. So right now, they aren't sure if it was possibly one person who fired into the crowd or if there were more than one shooters. They're telling us that they'll have to wait until daylight to search this large section of Fairmount Park to determine whether the rounds came from more than one gun. What they do know, though, is that they say the gun could rapidly fire multiple rounds, and they heard those shots being fired. So that's a starting point for them as this investigation continues. We'll definitely stay on top of the potential increase in the number of victims in this, too.
Back to our breaking news now as we learn more about that deadly mass shooting in Fairmount Park.
They have identified somebody, guys. This is the mass shooting. It took place. They identified somebody. Like
Just minutes ago, we learned the identity of the 11 victims, ranging in age from 15 to 28 years old. Among them, 2 adults were killed. Police are also set up to give an update at about 10:30 this morning, which we will bring to you live.
So much to cover, so many questions here. The gunfire broke out as Memorial Day was coming to an end at the park near Lemon Hill Drive at Poplar Drive around 10:30 last night.
I want you to look at that map. Guys. You know how bad this is? Because there's a river right here. So where can people go to? They had to go either north or heading towards the southeast right here, towards Kelly Drive. They couldn't run away back. They had to disperse. I'm surprised people didn't even jump in the water.
Action News reporter Corey Davis joining us.
They were trapped. This was executed so well. They knew it was going to be dark. There was no lights. They knew the perfect time. They knew that people was not in the river. Not saying that this is premeditated. I can't jump to conclusions. But this was a perfect time to execute this horrific shooting. It's terrible. And didn't I tell you something was going to happen? Y'all, didn't I tell you on Memorial Day? I was like, watch somebody do something stupid, a mass shooting on Memorial Day. Didn't I say that? They wait until gatherment happens. They wait till people are together. It's crazy.
Live from the scene with all of the new details unfolding. Good morning, Corey.
Crazy, man.
Good morning, and I just spoke moments ago with the father of 23-year-old Amya Devlin. He's saying that, of course, he's heartbroken after losing his daughter, and he came out here in the area of the Lemon Hill Mansion just to get a look and get some understanding of what happened. He says his daughter became an innocent victim of this as she was trying to run away when those shots were being fired out here in the dark. She was with friends, but she fell to the ground, and he says those friends tried to save her. And of course, it was a traumatic situation for them during all of the chaos as hundreds of people also tried to get away. A photo of shooting victim 23-year-old Amya Devlin provided by her grieving parents. Police say Devlin was one of 2 people killed in a shooting at around 10:30 last night near the Lemon Hill Mansion in Fairmount Park. We're being told she was among hundreds of people trying to get away when the shots were fired.
There's about probably 400, 500 juveniles. Right, and just be advised, there might be more victims walking into various other hospitals.
Police say 21-year-old Mikhail Bowers also lost his life. 9 others were injured, including a 15, 16, and 17-year-old. New daylight video from Drone 6 capturing the aftermath of a chaotic end to Memorial Day gatherings in this popular area just a short walk from Kelly Drive and Boathouse Row.
We try to manage the crowds as they unfold, but at the same token, it is a challenge when individuals decide that they're going to fire into a crowd.
Police are also looking into how this crashed Hyundai was involved and whether any victims were inside. Today, they'll be able to make more progress now that there's daylight as they try to determine how many guns were used and whether there was more than one shooter. So still quite a bit for investigators to do. Once again, we expect to hear from them with more information over the course of the morning. So we will stay on top of this developing story. For now, reporting live here in Fairmount Park, Corey Davis, Channel 6 Action News.
But you know there were kids there. You know that, and you still want to commit such a horrendous crime. That boggles my mind, chat. The people that did this, they knew. Let's get to the presser, the first one. So I want to look at the conditions first. We're looking at when it was live footage, guys, right after it happened, and they did the presser for everyone to come look at. So you're looking at right after when it happened. This is it right here. You see crime scene unit, law enforcement, EMS, all gathering together. They're looking at vehicles, the porta potty, all the indicators. They speaking into witnesses. They even have to look at footage. Yeah, guys, I have the footage. I do have the footage where people were running. It's hundreds. I'm gonna show you guys in just a second. Let's get to the presser real quick. Let's try to understand like what happened here. Guys, before I show you this, hit the like button, please. That means a lot to me. Hit subscribe. We have 1,000 people, but 278 likes. The more you like, you spread it out there. It's free. It takes a second. You could literally do it from your TV, your phone. Hit the like button. That means so much to me, please. Thank you, guys. Facebook, you know what to do. Share.
So I'm just going to give you a quick briefing overview of what happened. Around 10:27, men and women hear gunshots. We have officers out here. We have different groups of young people or different groups that are out here. They're moving them out of this process. Around 10:27, they hear several gunshots fired. As a result of that gunfire, we have 11 shooting victims. Of those 11, 8 of them are adults. 2 of those individuals, a male and a female, have been pronounced. The other 8 are in, other 9 are in a stable condition.
That was preliminary reports. Some of them are 15, 17. I'll show you the confirmed report after this.
Of those total 11, 3 of them are juveniles, 15, 16, and 17.
There you go.
And so it's been a challenging day for the men and women throughout the different parts of the city. We had groups of individuals, particularly juveniles. This one a little bit different. We have a blend of adults and juveniles. The men and women were here earlier in the day, saw the activity, were moving those that they were packing up as this incident unfolded. But unfortunately, the individuals continued to engage in gunfire, even though the officers were in the area. And we have a lot of investigation to do. As you can see, it's a very, very large scene. We'll be here till daylight to be able to capture. We have multiple rounds that were fired. So I'll stop there and see if you have any questions.
Commissioner, there was reports of several 911 calls today from people reporting trouble, that there was as many as 900 people here all day. Did you hear anything like that?
Well, listen, I mean, this is a very popular area. I mean, going from 30th Street all the way through. We're going to get a number of individuals. In most cases, those events go safely with no issue. Folks are out in the park every weekend. As you know, we're dealing with juveniles, whether it be at Broad and CB Moore. This one a different blend because we have a large number of adults involved in the event over here. But it's not uncommon for us to have large groups of individuals surge into the park. We deal with those on a regular basis. But at the same token, when an individual decide, you can see how dark it is up there. It's only lit up there now because of our lights up there. Secreting themselves in the park becomes even a greater challenge to identify who's out there and who may be engaged in negative behavior.
While you're still searching, did your folks recover any weapons yet?
We have not recovered any weapons at this point.
Damn.
Any individuals stopped cooperating with you guys to help?
No, we have no one stopped at this time. Homicide is on location. We'll start going through the process. We expect that we'll start to pick up a lot of information tomorrow as the day unfolds. Today, because we're already in Tuesday. As the day unfolds, we'll start to see things unfold.
The male and female that were pronounced, were they juvenile or adult?
They were adults.
Okay, so the two victims that died, sadly, that passed away, are adults. Liz Walker, let's welcome Liz Walker. She became a member. Welcome to the family. Enjoy your perks and your crown.
There was a state representative who came by here earlier. I forgot the gentleman's name. He said something about, asked the police about the permit expiring, that it was supposed to expire at a certain time, and individuals were still out here well past that permit expiring.
So I don't. We'll go through the investigation, whether they have permits or not permits. I mean, we're in the park, right? And so there are going to be folks who are going to say that, hey, the police should have been out here. We're in the park. People come in here. It's Memorial's Day, and so we try to manage the crowds as they unfold. But at the same token, it is a challenge when individuals decide that they're going to fire into a crowd. That's something that we can't anticipate, but we do work hard to try to address the issues as they come underway.
Commissioner, do you believe this was one gunman, or was this kind of an incident of like mass hysteria where just people started firing?
We don't know yet. We can hear multiple rounds from stuff that's been already posted on social media. The team will dissect that. We have our team up there. Crime scene is now going through, looking at the shell casings. We'll be able to determine, if it was one weapon or multiple weapons. But it's pretty rapid fire, so we're going to be pretty confident that there probably was a switch on this gun.
There were some videos on social media circulating. I'm assuming you guys will be using that as part of your investigation?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go through all of the social media stuff that's come after and prior to see if there was anything that we could have missed.
Thank you, sir.
We good?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Do you know when there might be another update?
So I've already briefed the mayor on this on my way here. Even before I left the house, we'll probably have some updates tomorrow morning once we get the scene resolved, and we'll give you an update then, whether we do it in person or send out something in writing. But this is significant. It's Memorial's Day, is a day where we honor those who gave their lives in war, and so we understand the significance of this event, and so we'll make sure we provide an update later today. All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right.
So that was the first presser. You heard it yourself. 2 were adults that passed away, juvenile mixed with adults, injured, they are in stable condition. Thank God. No talk of any suspects, guys. They seem to have very little information, which I kind of do understand. Dark Park, people had a permit, which they obeyed the law. That's great. But damn, if you know that many people, how is there no police? How is there no police? How long did it take for them to get there? If that happened at going on almost 12 in the morning. Well, 10:30. I'm not here always to bash police, but I mean, when it comes to a parade, a large crowd, there's police already there. We know that. That's everywhere. That's procedure. But in this case, was there police? Guys, we are going to go back on the scene here. I got videos to show you of on the scene. I only have 2. I'm working on getting 2 more videos of people on the scene when that happened. There was another presser Now, I don't want to bore you with these pressers and they talk too much. I know. But there's crucial information. So I will try my best to just skip there, get straight to it, what you guys want to hear. But in the meantime, let's hear from people that were actually there. Let's see the conditions of this place right after it happened. Thank you, Ed Case. I appreciate you.
Hear what happened?
What did you hear?
We heard that 2 people got shot, and it was a drive-by.
Were you guys at a party all day?
Yeah, it was a cookout.
How many people were there?
Why are you sticking the camera in the car? She doesn't want to be. What?
It was a lot, 1,000.
And then you heard gunshots?
Yeah. Everybody scared. Yeah. And I seen 2 people drop. That's it.
2 people dropped, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. See you later. Thanks.
What the fuck is wrong with people? A mass shooting just happened. Get out. Get the camera in her face. I want to get to the video where, okay, guys, I need you guys to look at this. Take a look at this video. Oh, wait, they might hold another presser. Oh, chat. Wait a minute. They might, but they just did one. Oh, for updates. Okay, for updates. Got you. All right. Yeah, that's for updates. All right, so let's get to it. I want to just skip all this. I want to give you guys straight the information.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I asked each of you to join me on this morning so that we can give you an update on the tragedy that occurred last night in Fairmount Park near Lemon Hill Mansion. You're going to hear from Police Commissioner Bethel. You're going to hear from our Public Safety Director, Adam Geer.
Wait, there's been an update. There's been an update, guys. 3 shooters involved in this mass shooting. They just gave me an update 9 minutes ago. I'm gonna get you the article and the video. I'll keep you guys up to date. Let's watch this. Hold on.
Shortly after 10:30 last night, shooting took place in Fairmount Park. 11 people were ultimately injured by gunfire. 2 people, a young man, 21, and a young woman, 23, ultimately perished from their injuries. 9 others were wounded, and all have been treated and are in stable conditions at area hospitals. And 3 of those injured by gunfire are juveniles. and they remain in stable condition. But let me be absolutely clear today. As your mayor, I want to affirm to all of Philadelphia on today that there are no excuses for this.
That's right, girl.
This is a heinous act of violence that was inhumane. No regard for life. We will, in this city of Philadelphia, be unapologetic about making sure that the public health and safety of our city and the people in our city is our #1 priority. When you hear me say no excuses, I don't want anyone to tell me that what occurred in a place and space where families gather on a regular basis to fellowship, people in neighborhoods gather. We will not be held hostage by anyone who decides that they want to get assault-like, war-like weaponry, guns with switches. I hear the law enforcement officials, our police department, they're listening to video and they're listening to the shots being fired, and it's clear, you know, that it's not a handgun. We talk a lot about controlling the flow of illegal handguns, you know, across the nation, in the Commonwealth, and in our city. But this was wartime ammunition that was just opened on Philadelphians and those who are here in our city. I want you to know that I am unapologetic about publicly affirming that we will work with every federal and state partner that is necessary to ensure that those who are responsible are held accountable for their actions. I want to say to the Philadelphia Police Department, to the park rangers, thank you for doing your job to the best of your ability. But here, on today, there are no excuses for this. I want to walk through this for the benefit of someone, somewhere, somehow, attempting to find some words to explain away the cause for something like this. There are no words that you can employ to explain this. This is not normal, and we won't normalize the behavior here in our city. I want to talk about these guns for a second. The Philadelphia Police Department recovered 5,000 crime guns last year, 5,474 to be exact. They made over 2,000 arrests for firearms violations last year. 2,327 firearms arrests to be exact. How easy is it to get a gun illegally and or otherwise in our city? We know that they come in every way imaginable, but we as a city, and now I'm not talking about as a mayor, I'm talking about as a resident on a block. I'm talking about not just as a mother being concerned about my own child. I'm talking about mothers and fathers being concerned about young people who you know are living in circumstances that affirms for us that life for them is not a crystal stair. We have to look after each other. We have to find a way to not just make sure that we're taking care of our own, but we are all a part of a village. It's the greatest gift that you could ever ask for a person. When I was running for mayor, I'll never forget an interview. They said, Mayor, if there's one thing you could give the people of the city of Philadelphia, what would it be? And I told him I would give people the same thing that saved my life. I would give them a connection, a connectedness to something that's bigger than them as an individual. We are doing it now in every way imaginable. where's Adam Gear? $25 million in anti-violence funding, Councilmember Jones and Councilmember Young. Nearly 8,000 summer jobs being filled by young people through our Career Connected Learning Program. Extended day and extended year. Over 7,000 young people getting before and after school programming at no additional cost. We're proposing to increase that number down. 400 lifeguard positions to fill. Pool maintenance attendant positions, another 400 pool maintenance attendants to fill. 191 recreation centers, 71 swimming pools, over 1,400 athletic fields and courts, more than 110 summer day camps, and over 1,000 staff-led programs, including sports, creative arts, and educational activities. Mental and behavioral health is here for those who have experienced or been impacted by violence and have been traumatized as a result of it. For parents, for caregivers, for people who see and know that a young person is engaged in some kind of activity that they shouldn't be, and or it doesn't have to be a young person, because remember, these were young adults and young people who were impacted. We have a number you can call 211. We have evening resource centers in neighborhoods. There is no one who can tell me that this city of Philadelphia is not doing what we should do and moving the needle on anti-violence efforts when we have a comprehensive strategy. We don't just think that Police Commissioner Bethel, I don't care how good he and his officers are, we can't police our way out of this. The park rangers can't do this alone. Our approach is comprehensive. It's prevention, it's intervention, and enforcement. But guess what? I will not apologize for calling on our federal partners and our state partners to work with the city of Philadelphia to ensure that those who are responsible for this are held accountable, and for us to do any and everything that we can to make our public health and safety our #1 priority. I was thinking about a time that I felt good. And man, I was so proud after the Eagles parade. I saw the pictures. If you didn't see an aerial view of it, you don't really know.
I'm gonna be honest, chat. She's speaking. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to her, to anyone in the chat, or anyone at all. But I really want to know about the officials. Give an update. See the title that's above right there? On deadly Fairmount Park. She's raising her points as she wants to. Cool, but I'm not here to talk about the Eagles parade, or bless her. She did really good with the plane that crashed in Philadelphia. She did a phenomenal job. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I'm not biased. I keep shit real here. She did a phenomenal job, but right now she's kind of drifting apart, and I want to talk about the people who are literally shot, victims. Like people who are injured, like kids, young adults and stuff. So no disrespect to her. But I want to stick to I'm sorry, I'm skipping this, y'all. You guys can watch this if you want, but respectfully, this is not talking about, this is not.
At the self-sufficiency. Someone just sent me, another mayor from another city across the nation, sent me a copy of an article from something called The Economist, a journal called The Economist, saying, look at Philadelphia leading the pack in the nation.
She's speaking, I get her, but she's passionate, and I respect that. Much love to her, but I kind of want to know I hope I'm not being disrespectful right now. This is too long for.
And a reduction in homicides and violence here in our city. We're not going back to those old stats. We're not going back to those old stats. That means we need all hands on deck. That means everybody has a role. That means, yes, parents need to know where their children are and what they are doing. Yes, that's extremely important. But for those young people who don't come from a perfect nuclear family, And they need some help. And they need to be connected to something that's more powerful than they are. So that they can belong to something affirmative. That is essential, but we will make sure that we do it together. I'm telling you, I don't know how long I've been here. That's a little over a year.
Okay, so that part, she's right about that. That parents, you need to check your kids, and kids that don't come from a nuclear, like she's absolutely right. She's right about that. She's literally pointing out that, like, parents, your kids, and these juveniles, this is not the way to go. She's actually right about that. That part, she's right. I did skip a whole bunch, so please forgive me, but I really want to get to, like, the update. I want to know about these victims. This is a fucked up time. Guys, literally, 11 people shot, 2 dead, got kids involved, young adults. I want to know the details, but that part, she's right about that. That's so true. It does come from all these actions that someone's holding that gun stems from how they were raised and parents and what they're doing. It's not the answer.
And a half by now, this thing does not get easier. Does not get easier to have to stand before you when something like this occurs in our city, because you can't explain it away. I'll tell you one thing, the people standing here with me as your mayor, I am never going to tire from going to war against the status quo, going to war against lawlessness, and doing any and everything that we have to do to make Philadelphia safer. We're doing this: safe, clean, green, economic opportunity for all, the housing, you name it. These people up here are the ones that are working to implement so many programs and supports and opportunities for you. We can't forget that one part of the equation, because we're going to talk to somebody somewhere somehow who will say to you that, we should have been able to do something. Yeah, when the park rangers saw that folks were gathering and the convergence, I just want you to think about this. When I say we're not going to be held hostage, when you think about the convergence because of social media at a drop of a dime, where you could get 300 to 500 people in one place that's not planned, and the police department doesn't know, and then they have to try to go and control for it. We have some ideas. We'll talk with Council President Kenyatta Johnson about this, but Councilmember Jones and Councilmember Young, we have some thoughts and some ideas about some things that are not going to be popular. So to those old stats, you'll hear now from Police Commissioner Bethel.
I got to pause for a moment, let that sink in. I think the mayor's remarks, and I'll let them stand for themselves, and how incredibly I'm supportive of her. But her words, "we are not going back," resonates with us back here, and we will not be held hostage. Just let me give you a recap of what happened yesterday, and from the time that happened, I was engaged with the
Okay, so here's the information we're going to get from yesterday, everybody. So this is it right here, okay?
Almost 12:30 at night this morning, but around 6 o'clock yesterday, the men and women, as you already know, we deployed for a myriad of issues that happened over the weekend. One of those, ATVs, car meetups, and most recently dealing with the issue around juvenile meetups, Broad CB Moore, different areas. So we prepare for that. We're also tracking through our intelligence and looking at social media to garner as much information to give us what's going on. There was some activity earlier in the day in certain districts that the men and women were able to dispel and keep moving. Around 6 p.m., the kids are gathering at Smith Playground over at 3500 Reservoir Drive. The officers deploy out there. They're able to address that situation and move those young people along. Later in the day, around 8, a little after 8, around 8:15, 8:17, we received a call from our park rangers and the individual who lives at the site, and men and women respond over there. Have about 5 teams respond over there. They meet with the adults at that location on the hill. They agreed to start shutting down. That being said, we have quite a few individuals on location. Cars are parked everywhere in that area, so it takes quite some time. The officers move to an outer perimeter to start to move the cars out of that area. We asked the park rangers to block the gate at the mansion, and things are going smoothly.
Everybody, we have an update on this. We have an update I'm about to show you right after this, guys. We have something.
Adults are agreement, but there's a large number of juveniles now blended within the adults. Around 10:27 is when, unfortunately, we have a significant shooting. I think all of you are aware that we had 11 shooting victims. 2 of those victims were adults, a 21-year-old male and a 23-year-old female. I believe they both were transported to the hospital. The officer on location transported a number of the young people to the hospital as they were not that far away when the incident went underway. The remaining 9 ages range from 15 to 27. 15, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 2 20 years olds, 21, 23, 27, 21 and 27-year-olds. So we have a significant range of ages. And so we are continuing to do an investigation. As you know, when I seen my executive team behind me, we're on location to about 1:30 this morning. The scene, because of, there's no lights up there, is very dark. My team has been out there this morning. I think we've cleared the scene at this point. We've recovered all the evidence that we have at this point. And now we're moving into our posture now to identify those individuals involved. So we do ask if anyone has any information, 686-TIPS, 215-686-TIPS, to give us any information related to this matter. And so that's what we have up to this point in the investigation. It will be a significant investigation. And unfortunately, we were here last year, as the mayor knew, out in the park around June 14th, when unfortunately we had a shooting out in the park. As a result of that, I've directed my team to increase our posture in the park. Starting this weekend, we will develop a deployment plan that puts us into the park, not to be going after permits and that.
See, this is the confusing part about me. About this. I said about me, excuse me. That's the confusing part about this, is that you want to implement more law enforcement into the park, but this is not the first shooting. Why did it? I'm sorry. They're doing a great job, law enforcement, good job. They're on it. Cool. Shit is sweet. But it's like, if you put your hand in the fire and you burn yourself, are you going to do that again? I don't think so. So this happened before. And you knew about the heavy presence in that park. Why not keep at least 4 men, 4 suits there? 4 uniforms. You're not paying for that. The people's paying for that. The people in that park combine their taxes, pay their salary. So combine everyone's taxes. That's equivalent to how much people you could put in uniform in that park. Damn, I should run for mayor. That's an easy solution, right? Think of it in that specific way. It has happened. You didn't learn from your mistake. Fine. Young adults, whoever did this, 3 people so far. Lately, people don't care about law enforcement. They will go guns blazing out. For crying out loud, 14 people escaped jail. That right there influenced the younger community as well, to be like, well, I'm going to just get locked. I'm going to lock up and I'm going to be cool. I'm going to lock up. I'm going to go viral. I'm going to lock up and I'm going to escape. I'm going to lock up. It's only 5-10 years. I'm young. You can prevent these matters by literally focusing, common sense. Learn from your mistakes. But from that statement right there, I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Don't.
Type of activity, but more importantly, to keep up with the intelligence. Right now, the intelligence is coming through our portal. It's not fast enough. We need to evolve, and so we're going to be putting in a number of different law enforcement assets into the park to identify activity ahead, with the hope that we can stave off these activities before they occur, work with those organizers to be able to stop them before this occurs. But I tell people, and as a young kid growing up in West Philadelphia, I spent many a day in the park, many a day in the Belmont Plateau. I played baseball at 33rd and Dolphin. Never worried about a shooting on the park, in the rec centers. And I would continue to tell you, even though we have these events at the park, our parks are to still continue to be the safest place, like our rec centers and our schools. I know there's concerns about the Roots picnic and Roots picnic this weekend. We've always put a significant, it's different when you have an unprovoked, unscheduled, unplanned event as we did this morning or last overnight. But we're going to the Roots with significant planning. Giselle Jones here, who oversees that work, we work collectively with her team to make sure that we have a significant.
Ladies and gentlemen, I found the video of the shooting. I found it. Took me a while, forgive me. But I digged and I found it. Right after this, stay tuned. I'm going to display this. I'm going to fix it up. And we're going to watch it together. I have to watch it first without audio to make sure nothing graphic, nothing obscene, disrespectful, nothing crazy is being shown here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So I'm going to continue this. I'm listening in. I'm going to review this, and we're going to watch what the hell happened overnight, because this is insane.
Employment. We will take a look at our deployment and possibly do some additional enhancements. But the Roots Picnic has been a family event. It's been a safe event, and we feel confident. We're confident. I don't feel confident. We're confident that it'll be that way. I know there's going to be some concerns around FIFA for next year and being at Lemon Hill. We're going through a very comprehensive plan as it relates to that. Again, that will be a very structured, organized an event with a lot of strategies in place to avoid any of this negative behavior. And to the final point the mayor raised around our federal partners, we are now working as a result of this incident last night. Commissioner Benor, who runs over all the investigations, is working with our federal partners, the FBI, ATF, our marshals. It is a full court press to address the issues that happened last night. You heard the mayor say, I talked to my SWAT team. We're pretty confident, even though we don't have the weapon in hand, that a switch was involved. You cannot fire that many levels of bullets with such speed and time without it having some type of switch on it. That continues to be an issue for us in the city of Philadelphia. But as the mayor indicated, my men and women are continuing to go out there and make those arrests to take those guns off the street. So I'll stop there and I'll pass over to Adam Gear.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Ongoing this morning, the rapid response protocol from the Office of Public Safety continues in response to last night's incident. The following city services, primarily through our office being engaged now, are our Community Crisis Intervention Program. They are the lead for direct engagement for those affected, including the gunshot victims. The team is actively assessing the risk of retaliatory violence and intervening when necessary. In addition, they work closely with community leaders such as block captains, faith leaders, and stakeholders to support stabilization efforts and identify urgent needs in the neighborhood. We have our GVI team and our GVIJ program, which we launched under this administration. Several of the victims, several of those involved are juveniles. They will be assessed by our team to see if they are appropriate to be brought into that juvenile group violence intervention program. The Philadelphia Police Department Office of the Victim Advocate, who we work closely with, their VAO officers have provided victim identification and next of kin notification. They're also canvassing the 9th and 22nd districts to identify any other additional victims and assess immediate needs and impacted communities. Our Office of the Victim Advocate has provided direct crime scene cleanup services and is offering both short and long-term housing relocation support to victims and their families. The officer also connects survivors with appropriate resources beyond its internal scope. Amir, who we have here present today, their leadership, upon receiving information from the VAOs, Amir will provide a wide range of needs. These include safety and relocation, access to food, clothing, transportation, support for property damage, as well as counseling and trauma-informed services. Now, while Amir is focused on group gun violence intervention, I'll just have you know they will stop at nothing. They will, if you need help, they will go. They were up there when tragically the plane crashed. Nothing to do with gun violence, but they're up there providing support to our communities. Town Watch Integrated Services is conducting a thorough neighborhood assessment to evaluate the strength of community support systems and identify existing resources and service networks. Faith-Based Affairs, Dr. Mary Palmer.
I'm sorry. I'm going to get into the details. I want to... I'll get this link to you guys. I'll put it in the Discord right now, but I'm not... I wanna know more information. But that's good that they're bringing support to the people that are victims that have been sadly injured. It's really, 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 really messed up. I'm glad that they're doing that. Good job on that. At least that they bring in resources, funding, and money, supplies to these people and their families. That I respect. Thank you for that. I want to get to here it is. At least 3 shooters. This is an update, and I want to hear this, guys. 3 shooters in Fairmount Park shooting that left 2 young dead, 9 people injured. That's including kids. Young adults, excuse me. So juveniles, excuse me. Well, actually, all of the above, I'm correct. Young adults, juveniles, yeah. So let's finally see what 3 shooters, and you hear it in the video. I have the video. We're going to watch it, guys. It took place. People were dancing. It was really, 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 really dark. Like more dark than I thought. I'm looking at it. It's more dark than I thought. Let's get into these details, guys. How many likes we have? Guys, we need 50 more likes to 700. YouTube, thank you. Now you're killing it. YouTube, rock on, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As a juvenile, you know nothing. What?
Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel says investigators recovered at least 21 spent shell casings fired from 3 guns. That indicates to them there were 3 shooters in Fairmount Park last night. Now,
21? No. Nah, that sounds like more than 21 casings, chat. Wait till you watch the video. I'm going to show you. That sounds like more than like 30 to 40 bullets.
Mayor Parker delivered a passionate message from the podium inside City Hall in the room behind me. She called what happened last night at Fairmount Park a heinous act of violence. Now, officers were in the area of Lemon Hill and Sedgley Drives around 10:30 last night and reported hearing gunfire. Commissioner Bethel says they, along with park rangers, had been in that area since a little after 8 o'clock last night. They were called there about a large gathering of people. They were there to clear that group. And Bethel says at some point before the shooting, young people, possibly hundreds of them, started mixing with adults. And then the shots started. The gunfire started. We were there as investigators combed the scene for evidence near a picnic area. They focused on a car, a pickup truck near a grill that was left at the scene. And today we have learned the names of the 2 individuals who were killed. They are identified as 23-year-old Amya Devlin and 21-year-old Mikhail Bowers. 9 others were injured. They range in ages 15 to 28. Officers were in the area, again, reported hearing rapid gunfire. Here's some of what the mayor told us a few moments ago. Take a listen.
Nah.
And Commissioner Bethel says this is going to be an extensive investigation. They are working with federal partners, including the FBI and the ATF. Now, they also say they're trying to determine how this all unfolded last night, if the shooters came together or if there was a return of gunfire. Of course, we are going to continue asking questions, and we will have updates for you later today on NBC 10 News beginning at 4 o'clock. For now, live inside City Hall, I'm Brian Sheehan, NBC 10 News.
So they looked at the casings and they was like, okay, we know that this was 3 different guns. So far, even themselves, they're speculating it's 3 shooters. But you can, unless somebody has 2 different guns, so they're thinking that it's 3 shooters. But they both, they shot at the same time. Like, who were they aiming for? What? You know that there's so many people. Who are you aiming for? Huh. That's crazy. All right. Are you guys ready for the video? Type yes in the comments. Let me know if you guys want to watch the video. I have it. Yes. This is the video right here. Y'all. This shit is, y'all. Y'all need to see this. Y'all need to see this video. No, I didn't put it in Discord now. This video, I don't think I'm going to put it in Discord. I'm not going to put it in Discord. All right. Prayers up for the family. A mass shooting at a cookout located at Lemon Hill injured over 10 plus people and left 2 dead. We have to do better. Send our prayers to the families. Please check on your loved ones. So this doesn't show nothing like graphic or nothing. I want to be clear on that. Okay? Nothing graphic, nothing crazy. You're fine. Nothing like that at all. All right. All right. Let's, this is that event that happened, that cookout.
True good, huh? That shit sound mean.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That you have. What the heck?
True good, huh? That shit sound mean.
Yo, like, what the hell? That sounded like straight fireworks. That was definitely a switch. Yo, that was so like, what? Hold on.
Good, huh? That shit sound mean.
Nah, that was more. That was more. That was more. That was more. That was way more than 21 shots. Yo, that's damn. I'm seeing some very racist comments in the chat. I do allow freedom of speech, but that racist shit, you can go somewhere else with that. You can go somewhere else with that. Let's see here. It was that porta potty was crazy, yo. Where he just said shooting in a porta potty like this one, that was wild.
Daylight, because they have no clue how many shots were fired or how many guns were used. And notice the porta-john with the door open. Don't be surprised if we hear there were bullet holes through that and somebody ran out of there for their life.
Why would you shoot somebody literally using the porta potty? Like, what the heck?
Gazebo. You see the food and the drink.
Like, yo, that's insane to me.
Drinks and the barbecues at every picnic table throughout here. And look where the other lights are. You can still see the lights illuminated there. That tells you how widespread this crime scene was, with maybe 1,000 people here at the time when the shots rang out. And we asked the police commissioner.
There was a lot of people there. You saw, look, there was a lot of people there. A lot. Look at the spread, chat. That was more than 2 guns. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Somebody said a very good comment. Yeah, that's very true about the switches. You're absolutely Start making curfews. They had a permit. I want to explain something to people in the chat. You think that there's fault in these people that's running away right now for their lives? These people were given a call, an invitation to a cookout in a park. Everyone that set this whole thing up followed the law. Not one person in there. I don't think it's anyone's fault. The person's fault is the person who was holding that weapon and decided to shoot random ass people. No one that went to that park, no one attended, no one, guys, you know, it's just not, yeah. Sam Rose on Twitch, I see you. I see my people on Twitch. It's just, sometimes, everyone always wants someone to blame. And I get that. It's blame, 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 blame. Sometimes in most of the situations, it's never just one thing, person, or group to blame. It's really not. It's not. Actually, most of the times it's not. It's several things. It's several things. That's like every time somebody, you ever hear a couple that argue and they like, whose fault is it? Fault, that word, fault. You always want to blame something, someone. Someone always want to be right or innocent or not taking accountability. That's why when the mayor gave her speech, it was fine. That was a wonderful speech. That's fine. But I need some accountability. Why there weren't more uniforms in that park? If there was history there, history tends to repeat itself. Why are we not learning from our mistakes? I don't see nobody in those uniforms, children in there, right? Because you know not to send your children there. You'll be very careful. It's a lack of empathy here. If it's not about money, it's about empathy. I don't care. We need to save money. They'll be okay. What's going on with you? Now, that's not me blaming law enforcement. I think that's just one little thing that played a role in this. A lot comes into play. It's a lot. It's just a fucked up situation. And my heart goes out to these victims. And my heart pours out for these two adults that died. I mean, for crying out loud, a young adult got shot in the nose. A bullet went pew. It's fucked up. What? That's inches from the canal going right in your head, whatever direction it's going. And that person would have been dead. It's a fucked up situation. Count your blessings. You're still alive. Let's learn from this and move on. But you know what? You know what we learned in university? Doing podcasts every fucking single day. I must have did over 200 mass shootings. 100%. You know what I learned about this? Let me explain to you what I learned about this. I learned that no one learns their lesson. And this continues to happen. I'm going to talk to you about this mass shooting, right? And I said this over 150 times. It's a cycle. It happens. It repeats. No reform. We talk shit. Vigil, say our prayers. We move on. Same thing over and over. That's it. It's a cycle. It's the same shit. It's going to happen again. I literally told you guys 2 days ago, something's going to happen on Memorial Day, some type of mass shooting. It's a pattern. I just literally predicted the fucking future. And not that I want to be right, but it happens every fucking big event. It's like a popular thing. It's a cool trend. It's cute. It's stupid. That's what it is. It's an upset, disorderly pattern that I wish that it didn't occur. It ties between lack of empathy, ignorance, and no, there's no stopping this. That's why I didn't want to hear the speech. I wanted to hear, okay, all right, fine, let's go to the details. Is it not true? Like, doesn't this not happen again and again and again? This vicious cycle that just goes over and over and over? Mass shooting? What is the answer, right? Like, what is the answer? How can we solve this? Is there ever an answer? I am sick of this, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sick of this. I am so sick of this. I am so sick of this, y'all. 2 kids got shot up, bro. This is wild, man. Oh, man. And this shit happened just a couple years ago, but no one learned their lesson. Nobody learned their lesson. It's wild. Yeah. Sorry for talking up a storm. I apologize. I'm so sorry, guys. I really just have passion for, like, people don't deserve. Life is precious. Doesn't matter who you are, white, black, up and down, left and right, dog or human. Your life is special, right? You believe in God, don't you? Right? So then you know that he says every life is special. So I have the same respect for every life. It's no different from yours or another person. It's just fucked up. It's fucked up, man. All right, y'all. Damn, it's so depressing talking about this shit. I'd rather sit here and do a standoff. Literally, yo. You know? Yo. I hear you, Red Man. Yeah. We don't know if it's gang related. We don't have that. That's just speculation as of now. I don't have that answer for you, and I don't think that that's correct. I'd rather wait till we get more information. I mean, why would you be so stupid enough, right, to for 3 people to grab a weapon, right? And like, if you know that you're targeting someone within that whole group of crowd, you're just gonna spray and pray, and hopefully you get your target, but you don't care about the other victims. Is that your answer? I bet you for those suspects that did this crime, if your little brother and sister was in there, would you think twice before pulling that trigger? Or your mama, right? You wouldn't dare do it. What makes those people's lives any more insignificant than your mama, than your little brother? You wouldn't dare pull those triggers. You wouldn't dare. Come on, man. Pat, thank you for the $4.99. He says, no, thank you for your passion. Pat, I thank you for your presence. Thank you for being here. And thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Pat. You'll never understand the social programming concept. The social programming concept. There was mass shootings before the fucking internet. Literally. Nah. It just got worse because accessibility, money, greed, poverty is an issue. See, you need to understand when social development, when it became more aggressive and poverty has increased along with it, people started committing more crimes to get access to money. Now look what happened. Poverty also plays a problem because it's inaccessibility. Opportunities is a problem. Lack of opportunities, because when people don't have opportunities and funding and money, they're desperate to commit crime to obtain income. You know, that plays a role. Let me tell you something right now. Let me ask you something. If I had $1 million and I gave it to every single person in America, that would help half the problems, because the crimes that are committed is through lack of resources, robbery, theft, etc., etc., etc. You know, but again, it's not just poverty. That's not the one thing. You can never just say one thing is the answer, it's the solution or the issue. It's not. It's a totality of different things that contributes to these global issues. And it's not just nation, it's global. Look what happened in fucking Liverpool. That's not just about poverty. That could have been a political stunt, an agenda. You know, that could have been like, you know what? I'm going to run over these people because I'm not from here and I don't like this place. But yet you pay your taxes. You see what I'm saying? It's a factor of many different things. It's never just, hey, I have this reason. No. You know, I just gave you an example of money because that's just one thing that solves one issue of a big problem. You understand what I'm saying? Hope that makes sense. Yeah. That's why, like me, that's why every time that when I get, I'm being transparent with you right now. You're getting the real Nove, and I'm gonna be real with you. Every time I get my YouTube paycheck, every single time I get my YouTube paycheck, I give back. I give back. I have to give back. I must give back for people who don't have access to things. I'm not a fucking a philanthropist. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I'm not a saint. I sinned. I do my shit. But best to believe, I know that if I can help a person stop committing a crime or robbing a store because he wants a cupcake because he's hungry, I'm going to give a homeless man $5 or $10. Why the fuck not? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I get $1,000, if I can give away $5, I would do that. Right? Like, would you pay a man $5 to stop a mass shooting? You would, right? It really, it's just the lack of empathy we have here. This is ridiculous. These crimes out here are horrendous. Like what happened today with a 2-year-old? Something happened with a 2-year-old today. Somebody beat up a 2-year-old child and died. That child died. And the parent or somebody lied about it and says that no, but then law enforcement says no, this is a homicide. Somebody killed this child. What is the solution to that? I know this sounds cringe. There's a lack of love in this world. If we just care more, please, man. It's like the crime is crazy out here now. Mass shootings, and people don't. This shit is it not like this is called fatigue. It's fatigue, like at its highest core. I am just tired of it's just so much. Like sometimes you just get an ick about it. That's why this career that I chose is terrible, because it's bad for the fucking brain and the stress and the heart, and the soul. It's crazy. It's just not enough. It's not enough love in this world, man. Life is so beautiful. It's so go outside and just look at the sky and the trees and how you're living in this space. Isn't it quite elegant? I know you didn't ask to be here. We all didn't ask to be here. We just poofed life. But someone did that for you to see beauty on here. Isn't it quite amazing? Right? Like you get to experience something of a feeling of grace and wow, laughter, a child's laugh, and you tickle them, or like a woman's smile, or love and connection, and the pleasure of eating your favorite food and laughing, watching your favorite sports game, and communication, understanding and listening. It's all quite beautiful, but just to have that stripped away from you by one singular bullet. Sometimes an eye for an eye isn't just enough. It's crazy. People don't appreciate life anymore, bro. That's why sometimes I don't want to be here. Even in New York City, I don't want to be in this fucking city anymore. My dream is to go and let me tell you my dream is to build a home and separate myself from society. I know that sounds fucking crazy. I do. That's my goal literally right now. I'm saving up money. I want to build a home in upstate New York in a wooden area, I'm just by myself. And I want, I want to be 30 minutes from the city where I can just go and be with other people when I want to. But knowing that I'm surrounded by people, let me tell you what happened the other day. There was a shooting here, right 30-second walk from me. I heard it. Pow, 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 pow. I got to get the fuck out of here, bro. Until society gets their shit together, welcome me back with open arms. Until then, let me live in isolation where I'm able to come under my own accord. Because I'm surrounded by people that don't know how to act right. And it's not fair for me. Now I know why people are scared to fly and do this and go to parties and go to gatherings. Because look what's happening now. The rate is up, but the success is down. I want no part of it. I'm displeased. It's probably why aliens don't talk to us. It's ridiculous. I have people telling me, no, that's why I don't like leaving my house. I don't like doing this. I'm sorry. Now I kind of understand why you don't want to. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up world out there. And it's sad because you're stripping me from living, enjoying Mother Nature's beauty, endeavors. It's crazy. All right, chat. I'm done talking. I'm done talking. I'm a professional yapper. Yeah, I know. I'm in upstate New York. Patricia, help me get a place over there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this podcast. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys. Thank you for watching this. I appreciate you. Buddy with the 5 super chat says, appreciate your review. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, guys, even if you don't agree with me, I respect your opinion. That's the beauty thing. That's the beautiful part about life. It's perspective. Even if I'm wrong or right, thank you. Abby, thank you for the 2 super chats. She says, every single breath. Ooh, Abby, I felt that. Abby. Thank you, guys. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Abby. Appreciate the super chats. Guys, thank you so much for watching this podcast. Please, guys, before you go, hit the like and hit the subscribe. Especially if you are brand new. You are going to like these podcasts. You are going to miss out on a lot. Oh, wait. Before you head out, wait. I looked at my report, guys. I'm going to show you guys something. Nobody leaves. Stay your ass here. Hold on. I looked at my report. I'm going to show you guys something personal, but I don't give a because I want to be transparent with you as possible. I looked at my report, right? Okay, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. I'm going to show you guys something right now. No one leaves. No one leaves. Because people be thinking I'm joking, right? You think I'm a joker? Right? You think I'm a joker? I'm going to show you something real quick. I want to be completely transparent with you. I want to be completely transparent with you. I don't care. This is personal information. I'm not supposed to show you this, but I can care less. Honestly, like, who am I if I'm not real? Okay, let's watch this real quick. Subscriber bell notifications. 27.8% of you has subscriber who turned on all notifications on your channel. Subscribers who turn on all notifications for your channel and enabled YouTube notifications. So out of 60,000 people, 27%, right? That's close to 17,000 people that only push the button. But I get messages like, I never knew you was on. Hit the bell notification. Hit the bell notification. It's that, I promise you. I promise you. And then, take a look at this. I don't give a hell, I'll show this. 54% is not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button. Because you'll be like, oh, I thought I subscribed. You did it. 65% of you guys are watching me on your television. And 66% of you guys are female. For all my men out there, I want more men in here. Come in. I'm your brother. Like, subscribe. For all my people on the TV. That's cute. That's fine. I'm your movie. That's all I gotta say. Like and subscribe. That's all I got. That's all. I got way more information on actually singular individual people too. But we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. And it's not part of YouTube's thing. So let's not talk about that at all. Let's not talk about that at all. But yes, people. All right. So somebody said, how do you do it? Okay. I'm glad you asked. You go to my page. Wait a minute. Ooh, that's going to bite me in the ass. You go to my page. You click here. You see all? Click the bell. You click that. That's how you do it. You could literally do that from your TV too. You can literally do that from your TV. You can hit the like button on your TV. You can do all that jiggamajoo on through your TV. Yes. And if that doesn't ever work, Discord. Discord is probably one of the best thing you can possibly. That's the best in my opinion. It's the best. It's the best. You get 100% notifications all the time, every single time. If you don't, because you muted the app, you muted it. Don't mute it. Don't. Thank you, Jazz. I appreciate that. That's what you do? Nice, Jazz. Nice. All right. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Chris McCary. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing and tuning in and commenting and hearing me yappity yap, yap, yap. I hope to see you guys in just a couple hours because we have another podcast. But the key thing I'm going to ask you is, Are you going to be here for that podcast? Are you ready for that podcast? Are you ready for what I'm going to show you in that podcast? Tune in to Novacity, where we get the facts, we get it straight, we keep it real, we keep it authentic. And thank you for the people. Oh yeah, we had 2 new members. Thank you for joining the Novacity Nation, by the way. Thank you for getting your badge and being part of the family. And we have a members only live content with you guys. Get ready for that podcast. That's another podcast where I think I'm going to talk about how the cop got shot by the guy. That I can show you guys, but keep it on the low. Join the family. Easy. Click the link, the bell. It says join next to the bell. Join. Get your badge. Be part of the family and get your perks. All right, guys. See you later. And like I always say, do good and die great. And I'll see you on the next one. Love you guys.